I like beer. I want beer.
So now we have a Hantverksbira podcast, and we have Damian from Emperor's Brewery in the UK.
The UK, yes.
Visiting, and we have quite a noisy background, but I mean it's festival.
Yeah.
It should be noisy.
Of course.
Of course.
That's the best way.
Yeah, really nice to have you on the show, Damian.
Thank you.
Yeah. So is it the first time in Sweden, or?
Oh no, so I've been to Sweden a lot.
Yeah,
so,
you have. Okay, cool.
I brew the beers in the UK, but I also brew the beers at Douglas in Sweden. I've got lots of friends in Sweden and Denmark, so I come over to Sweden and Denmark quite a lot.
Oh, you do?
So I was in Copenhagen recently. I did a beer with Pleasenti Street, a collab with Pleasenti Street and Olabrod, and a tap takeover at Pedders in Copenhagen. So yeah, I also don't do Emperor's, is not a full-time job for me. So I also work for a little Swiss startup company, and one of our distributor partners is in Gothenburg, so I come to Gothenburg quite often.
It's nice to have you on the, as we say in Sweden, the front side of Sweden.
There you go.
Stockholm is the back side. It's the butt.
Yeah.
Okay. Stockholm is not. They're not that keen of that saying, but yeah, whatever.
I'm sure that,
But Emperor's Brewing. I mean, the name is quite of. It's quite high standard.
Yeah.
Emperors. That's the top of it, of the pyramid, so to say.
Yeah. So it's obviously anyone who's seen Emperor's Brewery will know it's a whole Star Wars inspired brewery. So the Emperor from Star Wars is my logo, Emperor Palpatine, and all the beers are named after Star Wars references. So this beer festival we've been pouring Interceptor and Executor, which is Darth Vader's flagship. They've been Hokey Religion. We've been pouring and Mindless Philosopher. So yeah, all the beers are Star Wars references, and of course I only do Imperial Stouts and
of
Porters.
course.
You know, turn to the dark side.
Black stuff, yeah.
Yeah.
I actually, in my ordinary work, I work with an EDI supplier who is really a fan of Star Wars, and they have named their conference room like Leia and so on. And Luke and so on. And they actually build. I mean, they are a large company now, so when they have like team building, they build Lego Star Wars. Like
Fantastic. The Death Star.
Yeah, the massive mothership and what it's called.
Wow.
It's incredible.
That's amazing.
So how did you end up with black, strong, dark beers?
So I was a home brewer for 35 years. I've been homebrewing. I started homebrewing when I became a student. I went to Loughborough University in the UK and started brewing my own beer because that's the way you get drunk for the least amount of money. And then over the years, the beer just kind of got stronger and stronger and darker. I used to have a poker night at my house where all my friends would come over. I'd brew a beer, we'd play poker, and they'd serve beer through the hand pulls.
Okay.
And I've got quite a high tolerance for alcohol, whereas they don't. So I found that if I served them Imperial Stout, they got very drunk and I won all the money. So it kind of started from that, really. So yeah, I started brewing dark beers completely exclusively about 2014, 2015. Just homebrew. But I was sending bottles of beer to friends, and then on the UK Craft Beer Forum, I used to run a competition on a Friday night. I'd take a very close-up picture of a bottle label, and if you could guess the beer, I would send you a bottle of the homebrew. And the only rules were you had to write a review on the UK Craft Beer Forum, tell me what you thought, and score it on Untapped. And I said to people, look, I don't care if it's no good, that's fine. If you don't like it, that's fine. Tell me what it is you don't like about it. Tell me how to make it better. But people started raving about it, absolutely going crazy for it. And so I started Emperor's Brewery in 2017, just on a homebrew kit, on a 20-litre homebrew kit.
sorry for interrupting, but was it a home brewing project when you named it for Emperors?
Oh yeah, Emperors
Yeah, it was, yeah.
Emperors Brewery has been.
It's been from the beginning.
From the beginning.
Yeah,
so
okay.
my friend designed this logo back in 2001 for the homebrew. So yeah, Emperors Brewery it's always been called Emperors Brewery back to 2001. But yeah, so I used to make just 50 bottles of beer at a time, and I would sell them through my friend's homebrew shop, beer web shop.
Yeah.
And they would sell out in like 18 seconds, like one per person in 18 seconds.
So in the UK, it's allowed to sell homebrewed beers.
Well, no. So
no, it isn't.
No. So when I started Emperor's Brewery in 2017, I was still only brewing 20 litres of beer.
Yeah.
So I would make 50 bottles of beer. I would bottle it and I would sell it through my friend's web shop. At that point, it is a commercial brewery.
Yeah,
it's just a very, very small one.
A very small one, yeah.
But people went crazy, and like I say, it would sell out in 18 seconds. And so I needed to kind of try to upscale the brewery, and I now make a lot more beer. A lot of it is barrel aged, not all of it. But yeah, I love it. You know, it's an excellent hobby.
But I mean, you sell dark barrel-aged beer, and barrel-aged means that's no quick beer. I mean,
No.
it's a long procedure. So I mean, how
All imperial stout is a
do
long
you have
procedure.
like a lot of barrels in your cellar for a moment, or
I do, yeah. So I've got
at your
about
associate cellars? Or
yeah.
how
I've probably
does it
got
work? It's not brewing like, and 8 weeks later you can sell it.
no, absolutely not. No.
Definitely not.
So the barrel-aged beers, I've probably got about 40 barrels at the moment on the go. They range in age between about 6 months to. I just released a beer that had been 4.5 years in a rum barrel, for example. So really, what it's about, it's not about how long it spends in the barrel. It's about when it's ready. So I constantly check the barrels. I constantly try the beer. Generally for a first fill barrel, so the first time you put beer in it, I will leave it usually between 6 and 12 months. Somewhere around there is the sweet spot. It's picking up a lot of the spirit.
Of course, the first fill is
Correct.
really different until
Absolutely. I generally try to use barrels twice because I find that you can leave them a lot longer in a second fill barrel. And it starts to get a bit more wood and a bit more complexity from the wood itself rather than just the spirit. So some of the beers that I've been pouring here at the Gothenburg All-In Beer Festival, Old Scoundrel, that's first fill 4 roses, 30 months. But the Hokey Religion that we've had on and the Mindless Philosopher, those were second fill barrels, and they've been there around 24 months, maybe 26 months. But again, it gives a little bit more woody character. Less booze, but more wood. So
Yeah, but also, if you work with, as you say, first filling and second filling, then you have a wider segment of tastes to like all the beer gigs that, I mean, I like one style, you like one style, and then you can bring them all together.
Yeah, and as I say, I think if you want that wood character, you've got to leave it in there a long time. And if it's a first fill barrel, the spirit that was in the barrel can overpower the beer a little bit. So I change things around. But yeah, that's basically what I do.
Do you have any like adjuncts to it as well?
Yeah, so it depends, honestly. I'm going through a phase of not adding a lot of adjuncts post-fermentation. I've done a lot of straight imperial stouts just into the barrel and then into kegs and bottles. But recently I just did a black rye barley wine, which I've put.
Oh, rye is
it's a beautiful.
It's
But I've put 20 kilos per barrel of dates. So it's kind of Deglet Noor dates, a really toffee, caramelly, rich kind of beautiful fruit. So that's gone in there. I'll often put cacao in, to give that chocolate. Coffee, I'm a huge coffee drinker, a huge coffee fan. So often I'll do coffee through, and the way I put coffee into beer is I'll put the whole beans into the hop rocket and then recirc the beer over the beans in the hop rocket, and it gives it a beautiful mellow coffee flavour without that kind of bitterness that you can get from coffee. So it's a really good way of doing it.
You just extract the flavor of the beans, so to say, but not the bitterness.
Correct. Yeah, absolutely.
But do you have your own physical brewery today, or is it like a 100% contract brewery?
So I've got some fermentation tanks and some conditioning tanks in a friend's brewery in the UK called Bang the Elephant. Amazing brewers, the guys from Bang the Elephant, incredible. So I brew at their place. All this stuff from the UK gets brewed at Bang the Elephant, and then I have the unit next door. So we barrel age the beers in my unit, and we brew the beers in their unit. So it works really, really well. Brewing on their side, barrel aging on my side, and that's the way we kind of do it.
Hold on. We had some kind of security guard to push us a couple of steps. So Damian, welcome to Sweden.
Yes. It's an interesting place.
Yeah, I mean, now we're back again.
There we go.
But
so it's louder now.
yeah, it's a bit loud, but I hope that my editing program will manage to wipe it out. Anyway, now you've been to Sweden for a beer festival. How has your beer been like the Swedish beer consumer?
It's been incredible. So we're sat here. It's around. It's just gone 9 o'clock. They're really good to me. They know what they're doing.
Okay, you're a bit biased.
Yeah, I am a bit biased. It's very true. But yeah, they are huge Imperial Stout drinkers, and they love it. Yeah, they really do.
But I mean, have you tried some? I mean, now we have an imp stout from the Gothenburg Brewery Spike.
Yeah.
Have you been around a little bit to try some other?
I have. Yeah. I have.
I wouldn't like to say competitors. I would like to say friends and family, or something like that.
One of the things that I do a lot of is collaboration beers. I do a lot of collaborations with other breweries. I've got a lot of friends at Amundsen Brewery. I've got a lot of friends at Lervig.
Really guys.
And they're both here. They both do incredible beer.
Cool.
So a very good friend of mine runs the Rack House at Lervig, Shane. And Sandy, they run the Rack House. They're incredible guys, really know everything about beer. And we've done collabs and barrel blends and things in the past. Amundsen, I did for 2 years in a row, I did their birthday beer, their 9th birthday and their 10th birthday. They invited me back. So the first one must have gone very well for them because they invited me back. But yeah, I just love beer festivals. I love meeting other brewers. I love drinking other breweries' beers. I don't just drink Imperial Stout. I like all beer.
Oh, you do?
I'm an equal opportunities drunk. I will drink anything. But yeah, it's just, I love beer festivals and meeting people and meeting people who love beer, and it's what I do.
And it was actually through a cola beer that I actually got notice about you. It was with the Tartarus.
Tartarus?
Because Jackie Jordan was here, like, I think it was last year and the year before.
Yeah.
And this year they couldn't.
They couldn't be here. Yeah. So
come,
I know Jack and Jordan very well. I've done a collab with Jack and Jordan. I was with them last weekend. They were at the Dark and Wild Festival that Northern Monk in Leeds put on.
Dark and Wild?
Dark and Wild.
Dark
so
and
it's
wild.
Just dark beers and wild fermented beers.
I thought you said Duck and Wild.
Duck and Wild.
Okay.
So yeah, so I saw them last weekend. They're doing really well. They're amazing brewers. Jack's the crazy one. He's the one that wants to do all kinds of weird things.
Yeah, Jordan
and Jordan's the one
that,
Jordan's the one that goes, come on, just be more sensible.
But I mean,
no, I love them both.
Jack has been at Northern Monk before.
Yes.
Yeah.
Correct.
So he knows brewing.
Oh yeah.
And,
He's an amazing
and large scale as well.
Yeah, he's an amazing brewer. As I say, I do a lot of collaborations, and often, I'm writing the recipe and I'm advising, and because not everyone brews Imperial Stouts and not everyone brews Imperial Stouts well. But I didn't have to do any of that with Tartarus. Jack, he just knows what he's doing. He's an amazing, a brilliant technical brewer. He knows how to put flavors together. He's an incredible guy. Yeah.
But let's go over to like the UK, and I've heard from Jack that you have the regulations, and due to alcohol,
Yes.
it's quite a lot of.
Yes.
Like the government is setting some regulations that
Correct.
doesn't benefit actually the quality of the beer and the taste of the beer.
So the real problem in the UK is that if you brew a beer over 8.4%, you've got to pay the higher duty rate. So for
And that's high for real.
And that is basically £29.56 for every litre of alcohol. So for one of my beers, which are very, very strong, it means that actually the duty, the amount of money that I pay the government, is higher than the cost of making the beer. So literally, the duty costs more than the actual production of the beer. So yeah, the UK duty more than doubles the price on an Imperial Stout, which is incredible.
Sure is.
I think that half of all the duty in Europe is collected in the UK.
Half of all the duty.
Of all the duty collected is in the UK.
Yeah.
That's how much money we pay in
incredible.
duty. It's absolutely insane.
So that's why you aim for like foreign markets, like
Yeah.
maybe for Sweden, maybe for some other markets.
Well, and the thing is, obviously, actually, you can probably buy Emperor's Brewery beer cheaper in the Netherlands or in France or Spain or wherever than you can in the UK, and that's the reason. The reason is the UK government make a lot of money.
I mean, and that's, in my mind, makes it a bit counterproductive. Do you say that? I mean, you want to have the taxes for the employees and so on in their home country.
Correct.
But then the products you need to export to be able maybe to sell it.
I know lots of breweries in the UK who still want to make Imperial Stouts, but they only make Imperial Stouts to export. They don't make Imperial Stouts to sell in the UK because they're too expensive. So literally, they make it and they export it to the European Union, where it's much cheaper. So it's a real shame.
So I mean, maybe now the old name Russian Imperial Stout maybe actually can be more or less valid, but European Imperial Stout instead.
But
incredible. Will it be possible to buy your beers in Sweden in the future?
So that's a really good question.
Because that's the key question of this interview.
Yeah, absolutely.
Damian.
So I am talking to a Swedish distributor who is looking to put it into Systembolaget, and hopefully that will happen. Because, as I say, I do make some of the beer at Douglas. I make it in Sweden.
You make it in Sweden,
but you
some of it.
can't actually buy it in Sweden, which is insane. I mean, that's just crazy. So we'll see. I don't know, but Dan is looking to maybe bring it into Sweden, and I hope it will be available in Systembolaget, because that would be amazing. I've got lots of Swedish friends who are very annoyed that that my other friends in Denmark and Norway can buy it, but they can't buy it in Sweden. So they're a little annoyed about that. So hopefully you'll see the barrel-aged beers should be available in Sweden, I hope, before Christmas. That would be great.
Before Christmas.
Yeah.
Oh, lovely. Before we wrap up, you put everything in bottles or cans?
So in the UK, I do bottles. In Europe, I do cans, because most European distribution, most shops want cans rather than bottles.
Understandable why.
But in the UK, people really still love bottles.
Old-fashioned guys.
The old-fashioned guys. And every bottle of Emperor's is hand-dipped in wax, and I stamp the Emperor's logo on the top of
you stamp it as well?
And stamp the
Like for like a Christmas stamp or something?
Correct, yeah. It has a little Emperor's logo in the wax
cool,
on top.
cool.
And people love that. It's very expensive to do, but people really want the Emperor's beers in the UK in bottles, so that's kind of what I do.
But how do you think the beer develops in bottles versus cans? I mean,
It's a really good question. I don't really trust cans for any. I don't know. Maybe it's because I'm older. I think glass. I think bottles will age a beer better. I do, but I have no proof of that. I have no scientific basis at all. I'm just an old guy who likes bottles. But I think they both probably work really well. But I love aging Imperial Stouts. I've got about 3,000 Imperial Stouts in my house. No, I've got a lot of beer in my house, yeah. 3,000 cans and bottles. I've got Imperial Stouts, barley wines, and lambics in my house.
You can't ever move anywhere. It will be impossible, more or less.
I renovated my cellar last couple of years ago, and it's now a bar and drinking room. So I've got a lot of beer in my house. A lot of beer in my house.
Yeah, Damian, it's been a really fascinating talk and hearing about your story, and I hope that we will see your beers in Systembolaget and some bars in Sweden.
I would love that as well.
And,
Thank you, Victor. It's been great.
really nice. And we say cheers, and
Cheers.
maybe the cling will be in the podcast.
Maybe. Who knows?
Have a nice evening.
You too.